Hey guys, welcome back. This is Mike Hermes at MH Tutorials, and today I'm going to follow up on a subscriber request. This one's for Crystal. Crystal asked me if I could model a set of speakers. Okay, so we're going to start off by loading a reference image. So I'm going to go to my panel view here. I'm going to go to View, Image Plane, Import Image, and I got two images here. I'm going to start off with that one. Okay, and we're going to open that. And in my perspective view, I'm just going to scale that out a bit. So I got some kind of reference. Okay, we're going to hit W, we're going to push that back maybe a little. And why not? We'll just make it a bit bigger. Okay, we're going to switch to our front view. And that will allow us to get a sense of height and so forth. Okay, now I need to create a cube here first, so just hang on one sec. Polygons menu, cube, we're going to drag that out, pull that up, and then we're going to go back to our front view, hit 5 for shaded mode, and we're going to click on this button for X-ray mode. Okay, we're going to hit W, we're going to move that over. And this is actually going to be for the back part of the speaker. The front is not exactly square, as you can see, so we're just going to start to scale that to a point where we feel that we have the right size and so forth. Going to hit the insert key, pull that up there, which will allow me to hit R and stretch it out a little bit down there. Okay, that looks about right. Now, I don't really have a reference for the depth, and I know there's a section up front, but I'll go with something like that. Okay, we're going to hit 5 for shaded mode. And now we need to focus on the front section. Now, as you can see, this reference image is not great, okay? But I think I can figure out what the front looks like, so we'll give that a try, okay? What we're going to do is we're going to take this thing, we're going to hit Control D to duplicate it, hit W, we're going to move it forward, and just check our spacing here to make sure that I'll hit 5 shaded mode, to make sure that we're nice and close up. Okay, I'm going to hit the insert key, move my pivot point over to that corner, hit R, and we're going to start to scale that in. Maybe something like that. Okay, and again, it's really hard to see on this reference image here, but we'll give it a go. All right, next we are going to scale that up. So for our top section, and we can check that here, whether we have the right height or not. That's about there. So we'll pull it in a bit more. I think that's, yeah, that's pretty close. Okay, so we got that. We're going to hit Control D to duplicate that. Hit W to move that down. And now we're going to do the other one. Okay, hit F to zoom in. We're going to move that down just a bit more. Hit the insert key, move my pivot point down there, and then hit R and start to scale that up. We're going to go back to our perspective view because we want that gap to be absolutely minimal. Okay, we'll just manually tweak that. All right. So how do we do that? We're going to bring it down a bit. We're going to right click, go to edge, select these edges there, hit W and pull that up until we get something like that. Okay, that looks about right. And we'll take these two, hit W, and we'll push them in a little bit to close that gap a little. That looks a bit better. Okay. All right, so what's next? So we have these angles that are a bit off. So for that, what we're going to do is we're going to take these front vertices, so right click, vertex, see if I can get hold of this guy, right click, vertex, hopefully I just got the top one, and that one, okay, and we're going to hit R, and we're going to scale them in, something like that. Let's check my reference, not too much actually, pull it back a little. And we're going to do the same with these two up here. We're going to select those. And I'm going to scale that in a bit more. And it looks like that line is going to go down all the way. So maybe we'll tweak that later on, but that's okay. And while we have these two selected, we're going to hit W and we're going to push that down a little. So we're going to get something like that effect. Okay. Now, we're going to take these two vertices, so that corner one and that corner one. We're going to switch to our front view here, and we're going to hit scale as well, and we're going to bring those in until they're at the same point. Okay. Now, to smooth that line out, they need to come in, all of them. So what we're going to do is we're going to let's see if I can get those two selected. Yeah. So we're going to take those two, and we're going to shift select these two, and we're going to hit scale, and we're going to bring that in. That looks a bit better. Okay, so we've got somewhat of a smooth line going on there. Okay. So let's see how that looks so far. Right. So what we've got going on down there, no idea, it's hard to tell, can't see. But nevertheless, what we're going to do is we're going to slightly bevel all the edges, okay? All the outer edges anyway. So right click, edge, I'm going to take these three. I'm not going to bevel those because I want that to be a clean line. I'm going to take these two and that one. Not going to bevel those either. Edit mesh, hit bevel, and we're going to increase the segments to, let's see, is that the effect I'm looking for? Not really. Just hang on one sec, guys. Okay, so we're not going to do that. Let me think. Let's try that again. I'm still pretty sure I want to bevel them, but not if it's gonna change the entire look. Yeah, that kinda, no, I don't want to do that. We're gonna go back. That's what we had so far, and I'm good with that. All right. Okay, so next we need to create the hole for the main speaker here. Okay, so for that we're going to go to this view here, and we need to create that main hole and that one. Okay, and for that we are going to create a polygon cylinder. Pull that out, pull that up, and make sure you have enough subdivisions. So we're going to go with 40. Okay, we're going to hit E, we're going to rotate that over, make sure we are at 90 degrees, like that. Okay, back to our front view, hit W, and start to move that into position. Hit F to zoom in. Now, we don't have any reference, so what we can do is we're going to scale it in until we're exactly level. Where's our biggest contrast? Something like that. So we're going to move that in a bit, move that up a bit, until a point where we're confident that it's nice and centered. Yeah, it looks about right. So this would be something like that would be the outside of our speaker, so the main hole for that, okay? So we're going to hit W to pull it out so we can see where we're at. Okay, so we got that one. Shift select that, and we're going to go to Edit Mesh, Mesh, Booleans, and Difference. And I always do that. I need to select that one first, and then that one. Mesh, Boolean, Difference. There we go. Okay. So that's the main section there. And actually what we can do is we can take that face there. Take these two. Right click face. We'll take that face. We'll hit delete. Okay. We're going to pull that back. Let's get it nice and close again. We just want to have a minimal gap between these two. Yeah, that looks okay. All right. So we got that. We need to do the same for the top hole there. So for that, we're going to create another polygon cylinder, pull that up, increase to 40 subdivisions, hit E to rotate like that. 90 degrees, like so. We're going to hit W, move that in. Okay, go back to our front view, hit F to zoom in a little bit. We're going to pull that up and get that into position. Hit F to zoom in. Okay, let's see if this looks centered. And again, it's a bit hard to see, so just going to scale that in. How does that align with the rest? That looks pretty good. We're going to make it a bit bigger, something like that. Okay, make sure we are inside there. There we go. I'm going to select the top, shift select that object, mesh, Boolean, difference. There we go. So there are the two main holes that we're working with. Okay, cool. Now, we've got this plastic edge going on here. Okay, that's what we're going to create next. All right. So for that, I'm going to select a polygon torus, pull that out in the grid, make sure we have enough subdivisions, let's say 40, something like that. We're going to switch to our side view. Okay, right click, go to face, and drag, select, and pull up approximately halfway, something like that, and hit delete. Okay. Now, we're going to right click on that, go to object mode, select it, hit E to flip it upright to 90 degrees. Let's see, what else do we got? And I think we need to bring down the section radius, but we'll check that in a sec. Okay. So we need to get that guy over there. So hit W, F to zoom in. Okay, so let's see what we got. First of all, we're going to hit R and we're going to scale that whole thing in to about there. And then let's deal with that section radius. Let's try 0.1. 1.5 maybe. No. 1.3. Pull that out just a little bit. Something like that. And let's see what we got. Okay, we're going to hit W. We're going to pull that out. Hit F to zoom in. Now, I'm not too happy with the subdivisions. It looks too clunky. but probably when I try to fix that, it's going to get weird on me. Let's try 60, because this is a very important reference point. And it's not too bad. All right, so we got that. Let's make sure that it aligns okay. So hit 4, hit F to zoom in, and let's make sure we got contact. All right. Why do I get the feeling that something is, what is that? That looks weird. Ah, that's what I thought. When I increased the subdivisions, it kind of got weird on me. So let's see if we can fix that. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so we're gonna try and tweak this thing here. And that looks a little bit better now that we flipped it over. So let's check that we're at 90 degrees, or in this case 270, sorry. Yep. We're going to take that object, hit W, and move that back in. Check it from our side view, make sure that it's something like that. Okay, that is all right. Okay, so what's next? Okay, now we have this sphere in the middle and a kind of membrane that's shaped inwards. Yeah, let's call it that. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the sphere. Just going to create that, drag it out in the grid. Again, make sure that we have enough subdivisions. Let's go with 60, something like that. We're going to hit W, we're going to move that in, move that forward, go back to our front view. Let's see if we can move that into position. So that would be something like that. Hit R, we're going to scale that to pretty much that point. Okay, we're going to switch to our side view, and we're going to hit W, and we're going to move that into about there, which will give us something like so. Okay, and we need to create one of these. Yeah, okay. So next, we're going to select this. We're going to hit Control D. We're going to hit R. We're going to scale that in. Go back to our front view. And let's see what we can do here. Can we copy this, or do we need to make a new one? Yeah, I'll make a new one. Okay. So we're going to delete that, get a new torus, drag that out in the grid. Make sure we have enough subdivisions. Let's go with 60 by 60, something like that. Now this is a pretty flat surface that we're trying to model here, so we're going to take that and we are going to position it first. So hit E, rotate it by 90 degrees like that. Back to our front view, hit W, move that over, pull that down, hit F to zoom in. Try and get that something like that. Okay, let's tweak our section radius. Let's say 0.2. That doesn't look too bad. A bit more maybe. 0.4. I'm going to hit R because it needs to be inside there. Yeah, I need a bit more. So 0.5. Scale it in. Okay, that's not too bad. Okay, now that we got that, what we're going to do is we are going to squish it. So we're going to flatten it out a little bit. So I just pulled on this bar here, okay, and kind of just made that flat, like so, okay. We're going to hit W, we're going to move that in. Let's see if everything still looks okay. This for some reason doesn't look 100% centralized. Now it's a bit better. Okay, cool. Okay, so now we need to create a polygon pipe, right? We're going to drag that out in the grid. We're going to pull that up a little bit. Okay, we are going to increase subdivisions to 60, like that. We're going to hit E, we're going to rotate that to 90 degrees. We're going to hit F to zoom in. We're going to hit R to scale that in and make it nice and flat, something like that. Okay, and I think we need to increase the thickness, but we'll check that in a second. First, we're going to position it. We're going to go back to this view here, hit W, move that in, move that down, hit F to zoom in, R to scale in, and let's get our starting point something like there. All right. Right click, go to edge. We've got that entire inner edge selected. Let's hit, actually I need to move it forward first, sorry. Object mode. There's the one I want. W, we're gonna match that up, something like that. Okay. Now we're gonna right click, go to edge, hit F to zoom in, and make sure that we have both edges. So shift, double click that one. So we've got those two. And now we're going to switch to our front view. We're going to hit R. We're going to scale that all the way in until we're inside the sphere, something like that. Okay. And then we're going to zoom in. And while we still have that selected, we're going to hit W and we're going to push that back inwards, something like so. Okay. Cool. So that pretty much covers that guy. Now let's see what's going on up here. It's kind of hard to tell, but we got a kind of similar situation going on there. So let's see if we can copy some stuff. First of all, we're going to take that little edge out there, hit Control D, move that up, hit F to zoom in. Okay. So we obviously need to scale that down quite a bit to about that. Let's see. Yeah, something like that. Okay. Then we're going to take, let's look at that thing. Really hard to tell, but anyway, okay. Then we're going to take that one. We're going to hit Control D as well. Hit W, we're going to move that up. Hit F to zoom in, R to scale in quite a bit. This needs to come down a bit. Hit W. Okay, we're going to scale it out a bit more. And let's see if we can tweak that. No, it doesn't really fit what I'm looking for. So we're gonna, doesn't look like the original. No. So we're gonna get rid of that. So we're gonna leave the one out there that we had. We're gonna create a disk. Actually, we're gonna create a polygon pipe for that. Just give it a little bit of height, not too much. Make sure we got a lot of subdivision. Let's say 40 in this case, because it's not going to be in full view. We're going to hit E. We're going to rotate it by 90 degrees. Let's move that thing in. So hit W, move it up there. Hit F to zoom in. And yeah, I'm just going to increase this to 60. Looks a bit better. Okay. We're going to select it. We're going to hit R. We're going to scale that out until we're inside that edge that we just created. Okay. Let's check that from this view. Hit W, pull that out. There seems to be a very, very small gap between these two. I'm just going to push that in. There we go. And then I take that guy and push that back just a little. Okay, something like that. All right, now I'm not quite sure what's going on there, but we're going to take this thing, we're going to hit Control D, we're going to hit R, we're going to scale that in. Back to our front view. Something like that. Okay, so that's that edge. Then we got another sphere going on here, so we're going to hit Control D, hit W, move that up, get it nice and centered, hit R, scale it down quite a bit to something like that. Just checking. Okay. From a side view, we are going to hit W and move that forward just a little, something like so. And then we're going to take this guy, hit Control D, hit W, pull that up. See if we can reuse that guy. Hit R, scale that in. Hit W, need to centralize it as good as we can. Okay, hit R, scale it in. Let's see what we got. So that's not too bad. Okay, we're going to take the outer edges again. Right click edge, double click, and shift double click. We're going to hit R, we're going to scale that out. And let's see how that looks. That looks about right. Okay, so now we've got a couple of screws here that we need to create. So for that, we are going to take a polygon pipe, believe it or not, drag that out, pull that up, go to our polycylinder, and let's bring that subdivision down to 5. All right, cool. We're going to pull it in a little bit, right click, go to edge, select that top edge, edit mesh and bevel, increase segments to, let's say, 3, and pull the offset down to 0.17, something like that. Okay, let's see, does that look okay? No, it doesn't. I'm going to go back a few steps. Control Z, Control Z. We're going to go to 7. Yeah, that looks a bit better. Okay. Hit R, scale it down a bit. Right click, edge, double click the top edge, edit mesh, bevel, 3 segments, and 0.17. All right. Right click, object mode, select it, hit E, flip it over by 90, like that. We're going to go back to this view here, hit W, we're going to move that in, pull that up, hit F to zoom in, hit R to scale that down a lot. I'm going to hit W, we're going to move that into position, Control D to duplicate, to about there, oops, hit 4, select these two, hit Control D, and move them up. Whoops, I got one thing, I got too much stuff selected. Hang on, guys. Okay, now I just got these two selected. Okay, Control D to duplicate, pull them up, go to our perspective view, pull that stuff out. And obviously I don't want just these two, I want all of them. So I'm going to hit 4, which will allow me to see all of them, drag, select them, bring them out. 5 for shaded mode. I'm going to push that in, and that should be pretty close. We're just going to tweak it a little bit. I'm going to bring that in just a bit, bring that one out, bring that one out, and bring that one out. Let's check for my front view, hit 5 without the X-ray. Yeah, that looks about right. Okay. All right, so we need to have some little, I don't know what they're called, little rubber thingies underneath. Okay, so for that, we're gonna select a polygon cylinder, pull that up. Gonna go to our polycylinder, 4 tab, 40 subdivisions, hit F to zoom in. We're gonna right click, go to edge, double click on the bottom edge, edit mesh and bevel, increase subdivisions to 10 and pull that down to 0.2. And let's double click on the top here, hit R and scale that out just a little. Okay, right click, object mode. We need to move them into position. So we're going to go to our front view, hit W, pull that down, pull that in here, hit F to zoom in. We're going to move them into position roughly, hit F again to zoom in. I'm going to hit R, I'm going to scale them down just a little bit. Hit Control D to duplicate, W to move over, something like that. Let's check them from this view, drag select both of them, and move them in. F to zoom in. So we'll have 1 or 2 there. Control D to duplicate, and 2 over there. Okay. Now I think I just saw something that I don't want to see, but oh no, that was just that reference image. Okay. Okay, so that is speaker number 1. Okay, we're gonna drag select the whole thing, mesh, combine, Control D, and we're gonna move a copy over there. Okay, we're gonna get this guy out of the way, move it over there. We'll take this guy and we'll move it over here. Okay, so now we have a couple of knobs that we need to create. And again, my reference image is not too great, but I'll do my very, very best. Okay, so we're going to start off with the one on the left. And for that, we're going to create a polygon. Where's my grid here? A polygon cylinder. Pull that up. Hit F to zoom in. Add subdivision, let's say 60. Right click, edge, double click on that, hit R and pull that in. Actually that looks fairly straight, So, yeah. Okay, what we're going to do is this. We're going to go back, Control Z, Control C. It's just straight. We're going to right click, go to face, and we're going to select every other face here. So just give me a sec. Let's see, is that going to work? I had 60, so that should be okay. Unless I skip one of them somewhere. Yeah, there you go. Okay. We're going to go to Edit Mesh, Extrude. We're going to hit R. We're going to scale that out and scale that down. Something like that, which will give us something like so. All right. Okay. Right click, Object Mode, select that. I'm going to want to have some kind of face here. Yeah, I'll do that in a sec. Okay. So we got that. We're going to hit E. We're going to rotate it by 90, like that. I'm going to move this guy to a position where it's in front of my reference image. So pretty much like that. Take my little button here, move that down, hit F to zoom in. We're going to hit 4. We're going to pull that in, hit F to zoom in. Let's say that's about in the middle. Hit R, scale that down a lot, something like so. All right. We're going to hit F to zoom in, and we're going to hit W and move that button out. Okay. Now, that doesn't look as clean as I would like it to, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull that out, hit Control D to duplicate it, push one duplicate in, select the face, select the knob, mesh, boolean, difference. There we go, which gives us a little bit of a space here. Select that knob, hit R, scale it in just a little, and push that in, which gives us, scale it down just a bit more. Looks like I got the wrong button. There we go. Yeah, it gives me just a slightly different look. Okay. Looks pretty cool, actually. All right. Okay, so we got that one. So what else we got? We got a larger button here, and we got 2 plugs. Okay. So for that button, hit 5. For that button, we're going to take another polygon cylinder. We're going to pull that up. We're going to increase that to 60. Set the caps to 0. Hang on. Sorry about that, guys. All right, so where were we? Yeah, we're going to right-click on that face, select that, edit mesh, extrude, hit R, pull that in just a little, and then hit W and pull that up just a little. Okay. Then select that face again, edit mesh, extrude, hit R, pull that in again, and I'll hit F to zoom in so you can see it better. Edit mesh, extrude, hit W, pull that down. Edit mesh, extrude, hit R, pull it in. Edit mesh, extrude, hit W, and pull that up, which will give you something like that. All right. Right click, object mode, select that guy, hit E, rotate it by 90. Where we go, 90. There we go. Go back to our front view. Hit W, start to move that guy into position. And again, the image is not fantastic, but it is what it is. Okay, we're going to hit W, we're going to move that in. Hit F. And I'm going to do the same thing here. I want to have a little bit of spacing for that, so pull it back out. Control D to duplicate that. Push one duplicate in. Select the casing. Select the knob. Mesh Boolean difference. Select this. Hit W, move that in. And hit R and scale that in. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take that thing, mesh separate, that thing, hit Control D, hit W, pull that down, pull that in, go back to our front view, hit R, scale it in a lot, go to Modify and Center Pivot, move that in position, hit F to zoom in. Let's start to scale that in. 5 for shaded mode. It's hard to see. I'm just going to go to my perspective view. Okay, so we need to hit W and pull that thing out. There we are. Hit F. We're going to push that back in. Scale it out a little bit. That looks about right. And we'll take that knob, hit R, and scale it out just a little. So just leave a little bit of spacing there. Okay. Okay, so that's that. Then we have the two mic holes, so to speak. Okay. For that, again, another polygon. Where's my grid? Over there. Another polygon. Pull that up. Hit E. Rotate it 90 degrees. Okay. Gonna go to our front view. Gonna hit W. Move that over and move that down. Hit 4. So we're in wireframe mode. We can see what we're doing. So we've got one there. Increase our subdivision to 40. We're going to hit Control D. So we've got 2 of these going on. There we go. Actually, I should have scaled it down first. Sorry about that. Hit R, scale it down to about that. Then hit Control D, hit W, and move that over, like so. Okay. Hit 4 for wireframe mode. Select these two, pull them out. 5 for shaded mode. Okay. So we're going to push these 2 in. F to zoom in. We're going to hit Control D. Let me think, are we? No, we are not. Just push them in a bit further. Select the frame, select button number 1. Edit mesh Boolean difference. Select the casing, select number 2. Mesh Boolean difference. Okay. We're going to take that ring over there. Hit Control D. Move that over. Go to our front view. Pull that down. Hit R. Scale it way down. Hit F. We're gonna see if we can get that into position. Hit F to zoom in. Let's see if we can scale it in. Not really. That doesn't look too bad. Okay. Hit Control D to duplicate. Move it over there. So we got these two. Hit F. Okay, let's see what we got. So they look fairly large, and I'm not too happy with that. Okay, so how we're going to fix that, we're going to take a polygon pipe. We're going to drag that in the grid, pull that up. We're going to change subdivisions to 60. We're going to hit E. We're going to rotate that to 90 degrees. Exactly 90. Going to go to our front view. Hit W. Pull that over here. Pull that down. Hit F to zoom in. Get that thing nice and centralized, something like that, pretty close. Hit R and start to scale that in, and let's see what we'll get. Hit F to zoom in, hit W to pull this guy out, F to zoom in again. We're going to hit R, we're going to scale it in some, oops, wrong button. Hit R, we're going to scale that in just a bit, something like that. Right click edge, double click on that edge, scale it out just a little, and hit W and push that in, which will give us that. And I like that a bit better. Okay, right click object mode, select that thing, Control D, move it over, and position it in that hole. Okay. Okay, cool. So that's what that will give us this. Okay, so what do we got? It looks like we're set. Okay, so I'm going to take my little speaker. I'm going to pull that thing over, and we're going to quickly go to our top view, and I'm going to hit E, and I'm going to rotate that one a little bit, and hit E and rotate that. Oh, sorry. Select all that stuff, mesh, combine, rotate that inwards just a bit. Okay, cool. We're going to select everything and move it up to our grid. Mesh combine, hit W, and that should be about right. Okay, cool. Now let's get this reference image and move it over here, and let's start to apply some color. Okay, first I'm going to take this and go to mesh separate. Take these two, right click, assign new material. Let's go with a Lambert and change the color to black. All right. Then I'm going to take these four, right click, assign new material, Fong E, and black. Let's see, we got these here, that one and that one. Right click, assign new material, Lambert, color and white. We got some, okay, these two, right click, assign new material, Lambert and black. These two, let's see what else. Yeah, these two, right click, assign new material, Fong E, and black. This will be all that stuff, that and that and that. Right click, assign new material, Lambert and black. These outer rings, right click, assign new material, Fong E and black. What do you got going on down there? These two, right click, assign new material, Fong E and black. And I'm aware that I can, assign existing material, but this is just a bit quicker. So that's what I'm going to go with today. Okay. These two, right click, assign new material, Lambert and black. And I got some chrome, which is the screws here, 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, nope, 2, 3, and 4. Right click, assign new material, MIA _ X, material tab, presets, chrome, replace. Okay. The buttons, I got some, that looks chrome. Yeah, we'll do that, chrome. Okay. So we got one there and one there. Okay, and I'll take that ring and these two rings, right click, assign existing material. There we go. And I'll take these inner parts and make them white. Right click, assign new material, Lambert and white. There we go. I think we got everything. So we're going to select our reference image. We're going to get rid of that. We're going to create a ground plane. Pull that out, something like that. Right click, assign new material. Fong E. Change that to white. And maybe move it a little. Something like so. We are going to set up an HDRI image. So go in your render settings to mental ray, indirect lighting, image based lighting, hit create. I'm going to select global illumination while I'm here. We're going to go to our folder. I got some HRI images that I'm going to just pick up here. Let's see, what are we going to use? This is a fairly dark one, so I'll need a bit more lighting, but I think it's cool. Actually, it's arches. No, that's not the right one. Hang on, guys. Yeah, take that one. All right, so we got that. We're going to set up some additional lighting. So create lights, point light. I'm going to pull that one up, out, somewhere over here. So one there. Just going to try to simulate somewhat of a studio lighting scenario, if possible. Not too close. Okay. So Control D to duplicate that. Pull that one over there. That's going to be my main light source. So that's intensity 1. I'm going to select that one, bring it back to 0.3, something like that. And I'm going to create an ambient light for the back. An ambient light, which is somewhere around there. Let's see if it's, yeah, there we go. Okay, so we got that. Then we are going to go into our lighting, and we're going to go down to shadows, and we're not going to use depth map shadows, we're going to use ray trace shadows. We got that selected. I'm going to increase shadow rays to 4 and depth limit to 6. I'm going to choose my render angle. So let's say something like that. Okay. I'm going to go to my render settings. Let's check everything. We got that set up. Accuracy looks okay. Okay, we're going to go to our quality tab. We're going to select ray tracing, and we're going to increase these values to, let's say, 8 by 8 by 16 and 5 by 3 by 3. Okay. We're going to go to our common tab, and we are going to go to HD 1080. And let's give this a render. Here we go. Okay, we're just going to stop that quickly because I'm not happy with it. So I'm just going to hit escape. And I'm going to close that. I want some lighting at a lower level. So I'm going to take my main light and I'm going to pull that down a bit. And that should make things better. And why not try this angle? Just going to increase the size of my ground plane here so we don't see that. Okay, here we go. And let's try this. Yeah, we've got some effect going on from our HDRI lighting on our ground plane, which looks pretty neat. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit more tweaking, guys. You know, if you're okay with this result, it's fine, but I'm just going to tweak it a little bit more. So I'm just going to hit escape here. What I want to do is I want to take these two objects here, right click, assign new material. I want to go with an MIA_X, material tab, presets, rubber, and replace. And then for that surface, actually those, I want to do the same. So that would be that material. Okay. Something like that. And I'm just going to recheck my settings here because something seems off. Final gathering. Quality, okay. We need to bump that way up. Let's say 1.5. I think everything else was okay. Let's give it another go. And I'm just going to pause this, guys, because this render is going to take a while. See you in a sec. Hi, guys. Well, I'm still not happy with it, so I'm going to change the color of my ground plane. Right click, assign new material. Let's go with a Fong E, and we're going to make that. I'm going to try it with black. Maybe it's going to be too dark, but we'll give it a try. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's too dark. So what we're going to do is we're going to select that and let's tweak that to something very unexpected. Let's go with Something like that. Yeah, that color is pretty cool. Hopefully our speakers don't look totally weird now. And again, I'll just hit pause so you guys don't have to wait. Okay guys, well this is the final render. This is our speaker set. Hopefully this tutorial was helpful for you guys. If you enjoyed it, subscriptions are really appreciated. Thank you guys for watching and see you guys next time.